Well, this one seems to be shaping up to be a David versus Goliath type match, James. And, I tend to lean towards how the desk is feeling based on how Dignitas have looked so far in this tournament.
They've looked insane. I mean, against Carmine Corp, they finished the series in a sweep. In the last 2 games were shutouts. And so you just look at how good Dignitas is playing right now, and it seems like they might have a trip to the finals ahead of them if they keep playing at that level.
Dignitas, when they're playing at their peak, they're just one of the scariest teams in the world, not just in their own region. And Williams Resolve, though, a fun story with this team, have been battling to try to compete in this European region. They have got a top 8 posted in the fall split, and now another pretty solid performance here moving to the lower bracket, rather. But I don't think anybody expected Williams Resolve to get this far in the tournament despite those previous results.
And I think they can be proud of even the point they've made it to, but now is a chance to even get more credit against a Dignitas team where they're heavily the underdog. Like you said, David versus Goliath, the desk, all heavily in favor of Dignitas. This is a chance. The pressure not as high, but the pressure on the field, it's been amped up. Apparently, Jack getting the first goal of this series, and you see Scrub, a beautiful tip that sets that pass up into the middle. So smart play from Scrub. All of Dignitas very far up. If apparently Jack doesn't get that shot, they were vulnerable to that counterattack, but that is the type of ferocity that Dignitas brings to the table.
Yeah, you saw Prime get, he was a bit uncomfortable on the goal line. He ended up double committing out. Radosin tried to move back. He had no boost to try to get that save, so Williams Resolve just not in a solid spot there on defense to handle that. And Jorias pushes this one back downfield. Williams Resolve gonna have to try again from the blue half. The clear here for apparently Jack. Nice catch off the corner. He's got a little bit more boost left. That's all he needs to get that flip reset. Sison's there for the clear.
And this is good pressure. That flip reset, putting Dignitas in an attacking posture. That shot off the post. Jory is there for the rebound. And this is the offensive plays that Dignitas is capable of. It makes them so scary.
Oh, poor Prime. He saw apparently Jack coming and the ball just skips. You're looking at his camera. It skips by him, bounces out in front of the post, and now Jorias is in front of him. He couldn't even move a couple of centimeters before the ball just sailed past his net before he could get a read on the play. Poor Prime. 2 times in front of the net, and Dignitas will just swarm in that blue box. There's another one. Prime has to come back for another save early on. So Williams Resolve starting with a shorter hand against Dignitas. And Dig just to get another clear here. Jorias. No one willing to commit just yet. Scrub Killer does come up for the challenge. Williams Resolve, I think, have exclusively played in the blue half in the first 2 minutes.
It seems like it. And things don't seem to be changing here. Jorias, I thought it might be on target. It was a threatening shot and pass opportunity. If anyone could have got there for Dignitas to just poke that in, and that's gonna be in. Jorias recognizing nobody back. There was even a chance for apparently Jack to read this off the bounce.
Oh, Sison, he got caught turning back up. He turns up the field as soon as apparently Jack's touch comes out, and he's thinking, okay, Joria's probably gonna catch that. I can come up and challenge. Nope, Joria's had full control. Sison too far off the ball and popped it right by him. Williams Resolve have had they've had some incredible games today against Queso, James. They weren't able to, get the win against Queso. They were a tough out for them. And it just feels like you're getting an upgraded version of Queso when you're playing against Dignitas. But they finally catch Jorias out, and Radosin will pick up the first goal.
And this is stabilization for Williams Resolve. You see that pinch going right to Radosin, and that a bit fortunate of a pinch, but still, there's plenty of time left for Williams Resolve to get back into this. And I mean, you just look back at the group stage, Dignitas went 1-2. They lost to Misfits and they lost to Team Queso. So you know that Dignitas sometimes can struggle, but so far today, they have looked like, they've just looked incredible.
It just
we'll see if they can keep that
above
going.
The rest. Yeah, absolutely. And, we've talked about it in the green room as well. Hang on a second. Williams Resolve putting on a push here. Radosin's not going to get back to it. Scrub Killer got the save, but it's still high in front of the box. Prime taken away by apparently Jack, and Jorias will carry that ball back out. But, we talk about it in the green room as well. At Dignitas, when they're on, there's only BDS is probably the team that you could pick that could beat them. That's the only one, though, when this team is clicking as well as they can.
You know, there's very few teams, I would say, that when they're playing at their prime, you can say they look like the best team in the world. And I think you can say that about Dignitas. We've seen enough of them now to that when they're playing up to their potential, they truly do look like they could win a world championship with that kind of play.
Well, luckily for Williams Resolve, we do know that Dignitas are not perfect, and they have been wounded just in this tournament alone. You mentioned their losses to Queso and Misfits in particular. Something that worked well for Misfits that might work well for Williams Resolve is just trying to get to these challenges. Don't give Dignitas any room to really breathe along that midfield line. Easier said than done for sure, but you might find more success against this Dignitas team if you don't give them that space beyond midfield. Otherwise, Jory is just going to get a free shot. Nobody back for Williams Resolve, and Dignitas running away with game one.
And that was a panicked clear from Prime. He had a lot of time to make that play. Could have gone for a dribble or something, maybe even let it bounce, go up the wall, take your time, but getting rid of that ball, his team was not in position to defend that quick counterattack. And now we see perhaps a fake kickoff attempt that has gone horribly wrong for Williams Resolve.
Yeah, that's not how you draw that one up, huh? Sizen gets that touch, he's like, oh, well, that's dead. He just leaves.
You go for it, right? You go for it. What do you have to lose? I guess that's what you have to lose. Looking a bit silly after that play.
Yeah, game one definitely getting away from Williams Resolve. A couple of uncomfortable moments from Prime in front of the box. Granted, all of Williams Resolve have felt the pressure, but those early 2 goals where the first one Prime had double committed, had he just stayed firm on the goal line, he would have been in position to save that first goal from Dignitas. And then the second one as well, which was a bit more chaotic with that post bounce that apparently Jack had. But now Williams Resolve sent in the house. Why not try to get something on the board? It's not going to work out. But definitely back to the drawing board when we head to Forbidden Temple.
Oh, certainly. And I hope they have a lot of ink because they're going to have to figure a lot out after this. 6-1, Dignitas beating down Williams Resolve. And Williams Resolve, you mentioned Prime as well. There was the play where he gave up that ball and allowed that counterattack play right away. So we've seen a bit of sloppy play on the defense, on the defensive side. Will we see another? Oh, we will. I thought we might see the upside down shot, but Scrub Killer will just tuck this one in. And we got 7-1. And that scoreline, you know, you love to see it and you hate to see it at the same time.
I know that chat is riddled with Brazils right now, and well earned for Dignitas. It was a really no sweat game number 1. Williams Resolve got to figure out a way to get by this Dignitas team and not let so many of these balls get in. I truly believe this Williams team is better than those first couple of goals. It felt like nerves a little bit. Almost like, oh, it's Dignitas. You start getting a little twitchy in the net. Every touch feels like it's happening at light speed and you feel like you can't slow down. That's what Williams Resolve looked like on defense to me.
And their resolve will be tested here, Jarby. They just got beat 7-1. They get Braziled. Chat is probably still going on about it. That does hurt. That hurts big time. I mean, not only for the mental, but I mean, for your soul, getting beat down that badly. So Williams Resolve going to have to go back, make some adjustments. And we've seen this before, even at, particularly in Europe. You think back to the Flipside days, they were notorious for having those games where they just stopped playing defense. And also it was a bit of a pile-on. You saw the fake kickoff attempt that also led to another goal. Things were just not going right for Williams Resolve. And sometimes you have those games as a team, as players. You just have those games where it gets away from you. But this game, this is where the pressure's on for Williams Resolve. Normally it's that game where you're going to go down 3-0, forced to reverse sweep in a best of 7, but it really truly feels like that game, that bounce back game, the hope for Williams Resolve is right here and right now. So we'll see how they mount or how they stand up to this pressure.
Oh, look, the best time to get bopped 7-1 is in game 1. So we'll see how they recover on Forbidden Temple. And it starts with Dignitas getting the first shot on the board. Radosin trying to get it out, and apparently Jack has just caught Sizen looking silly again. Gets a hard touch off the sidewall for a dig goal.
And again, you see that panicked hit this time from Radosin, and it looked like he has time here, and you could even see it. He did have time. Apparently Jack setting up, playing the clear 100%. And Radosin just hit it right into him. So the nerves perhaps getting to him. Jorby, I know you mentioned that. They need to be able to slow down and use their vision. And a lot of times, if you're not able to use your own vision, rely on your teammates to tell you when you have time. Right now, we're not seeing much patience out of Williams Resolve. It's a lot of panic.
There's some way that, Williams Resolve can channel some of that energy they had during that match against Team Queso. They could use some of that now. Dignitas are not, we've mentioned it before, they're not a perfect team. They've lost to both Misfits, who's not even in the turn. They didn't even make it by day one. Dignitas lost to that team. Queso are looking pretty good, so that looks like a quality loss for Dignitas. But either way, the desk talked about some of the holes as well, but this just keeps happening. Why are so many midfield shots just going free uncontested?
But I mean, you have Scrub who puts this on a dime for Jorius, and Jorius a couple times now for Dignitas has been waiting, prowling at that midfield, waiting for the outlet pass, and he's done it again, scoring that one. A nice pass from Scrubkilla, and Dignitas keep on marching. At this point, outscoring 9-1 Williams Resolve, and we're barely a minute into game 2.
Scrub gets in the way of that one, and Radosin, big misread. Sizen bailing him out. That touch in midfield, now with control again. He still got it underneath, an awkward flip reset, but he did make contact. Even when Williams Resolve have control in midfield, it just doesn't really look like they have control of the ball. And here comes Dignitas again at demo, but Prime coming in to steal that ball away from apparently Jack. Williams Resolve still looking for their second goal of the series. Prime trying to get in the way of Scrubkilla, and they're forced back to the blue half. Toria's getting in the way again. Prime, last man back, coming up to contest Scrub. He's got that canister, but Jorius puts it off the crossbar. Barely touched out by Radosin. Jack's only got 7 boost, but he's pretty threatening regardless. Pass over to Jorius, and it's good. No boost, no problem for Dignitas.
I mean, the fact that Jack can catch that, dribble it up the wall, pass it perfectly to Jorius, who's already in the air. This Dignitas team...
What do you do?
I think it's safe to say they might be peaking. They might be peaking today.
They might be. Let's say Williams Resolve is playing a lot better. Dignitas still probably winning by multi-goals. Let's be honest. Here's Scrub. He's got another. No. Oh, he almost had that double. Gonna push it back out over to Jorius. And another lob back to Jack. Prime gonna push it out to the corner. Things still have to slow down here for Williams Resolve. They just haven't got those consecutive touches. When they do get to the orange half, it's been difficult to get by Dig.
Oh man, this is remarkable, Jorby. What we've seen out of Dignitas today, they made Carmine Corp look substandard. Yeah. And they're doing the same thing to Williams Resolve, and it's the level of play and the speed. You're seeing Jorius when he's already in the air with it apparently Jack, who has dribbled the ball up the wall in the corner with 7 boost and puts it on his nose. This Dignitas team is doing it to these teams. They are playing at a level much higher than they were in the group stage. And it's impressive what we've seen.
It's shown 10 goals to 1 is the goal total so far between 2 maps that we've played on. Prime gonna get a favorable rebound, but Radosin has no boost. He can't actually commit despite being up high in that rotation. Sizen will steal the ball away. Radosin's got that canister from midfield. He jumps to avoid the demo, but that jump actually took him off the path that he needed to get. Now Scrubkilla's got the counterattack. Shot on target. Oh! Scrubkilla does it himself. Crossfield.
It's everyone! There is no safe space on this field. Scrubkilla, the flip reset, not only giving him his jump back, but it allowed him to push that ball out, get some space so that he can get power on that shot. Scrubkilla, a maniacal, mechanical monster.
A 3-headed, I mean, they're a Hydra at this point. If you demo them, I think 2 more cars are going to spawn for Dignitas. It's just way too powerful of a team right now. Williams Resolve have no answer. Radosin popping this one up, but it's just for some more time on defense. Here comes Jack with the catch. The pop on the 50, and Sizen rolls next to the ball to stay with it and keeps that ball out and prevents it from being 5-0. Back over to the corner for Williams Resolve.
This offense from Dignitas has been crazy. Already, Jorius is in the air. I don't know what to expect. Are we watching a freestyling clan? What are we witnessing?
Are there players on the blue half of the pitch? Dignitas aren't playing like there are. Radosin finally gets a clear out. Sizen gonna dive downfield. He's got to make up for that position lost, and he does get a shot, a pot one, but a shot nonetheless. And Williams Resolve, they're in dire need of more. They've only got 5. Here's the 6, and it's ball for Bari out. Nothing going wrong. Sizen throwing the okay in quick chat. He's upset.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The stream can't see it, but as soon as that shot came out, hit post, or hit the bar and went out, Sizen, okay. That's all he says. Quick chat, okay. You know the pain is there.
Tells you all you need to know about how the mood is in the blue half of the pitch right now. Last rattle there for Prime on the clear. And if you're Williams Resolve, what do you do against this Dignitas team? How do you prevent these balls from going in the back of the net? Jack, Jorius, and Scrub Killer clicking like one cohesive unit. Heading into game number 3.
And somehow it's working out. It seems like everything Dignitas has been doing has been working out. You see Sizen just stopping. He's had enough of that game. Dignitas claiming another victory. And I think you asked, what does Williams Resolve do? Certainly you have to call a timeout in this situation.
Absolutely.
We still have no word whether that is indeed the case. Williams Resolve, though, you know, they got beat 7-1 in game 1. Now 4-0 in game 2. We're seeing pre-jumps. We're seeing almost everything that you can see come out from Dignitas. This has been one-sided, Jorby, and this is not what you expected just looking at the results. Dignitas falling to Team Queso in the group stage. Williams Resolve taking Team Queso all the way to game 7 in the upper bracket. So to come in, you're thinking, or to coming into this game, you're thinking that they are going to be playing Dignitas closely, but that has not been the case.
That's the funny thing about, well, Rocket League in general, but I just feel like the European region has a lot of moments where a lower team, a team in, you know, the 8 to 12 range will beat a team in the top 4 or 5 even. It happens more often than you'd think in this region. And so a lot of people coming into this match, me included, were thinking, you know, Williams Resolve, they did play a close series against Queso, and they looked pretty good. I think you have to give them credit where credit is due. But you said it, James. Dignitas is just on something else right now. And when they are, very few other teams are going to be able to beat them.
We'll see if Williams Resolve can get back in it at this point. Finally having some offense. The pass is there, bounces down. Sizen, instead of diving in on that ball, faked it out. Now we'll get a bump. The shot saved from apparently Jack, and Jorius will pinch it off to the side. Apparently Jack going for net.
Oh, he missed it!
Off the crossbar, off the post! Scrub Killa being jostled. And that 50 will go out. The jostling there actually prevented Scrub from getting a shot off. But still, that seemed like a scoring chance for Williams Resolve.
How? I don't even know how Dignitas didn't score on the turnaround after Prime missed the clear. Dignitas gonna push again after that push we saw from Williams Resolve, which is by far the best push we've seen from them in the series so far. Not able to get the goal, but a little more control for Redocin. Can't get underneath it, and the mechanics just aren't working. We've seen a couple of attempts from Sizen and Redocin to control that ball, maybe get a flip reset to create some space, but they haven't been able to execute, and that's really just, it's snowballed with all the other issues that have happened with Dignitas playing as well as they are.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas, when you see them have these chances, and that shot will cause Prime to be forced to get that save, but with Dignitas, the few chances that they've had to make mechanical flip reset plays, seems like they've hit almost every single one. Even here, being able to connect on it, you're forcing the defense to use up boost, get out of position, dive in on the ball, whereas you saw Redocin had that chance to go for the flip reset. It was a scoreable ball if it's perfect, and couldn't even get the flip reset. So you can tell Williams Resolve not playing at their peak, not playing really up to what you would expect, and a lot of that has been due to how vicious Dignitas has been. No space, they're challenging the ball so quickly, and they're making plays that just make you feel silly when you let them in.
There it is. Jorius came back on the rotation, caught everybody out after Jack won that last challenge, but no one from Dignitas was coming quick. You saw Scrub try to demo Sizen, but Williams Resolve got back down to this end of the field again. Past to Prime, just off target. But the connections are starting to happen for Williams Resolve. They've kept the line scoreless halfway through game 3. Could this be the start of a turnaround? Jack back over to Jorius, can't make the connection. Sizen protects the ball back over to the corner.
This is without a doubt the best that Williams Resolve has looked. They had that shot opportunity, it went wide. Now they give one up. Scrubkilla getting up and pounding that one right in. And again, you see Prime trying to get the 50. Radosin cheating up, having faith that at least a piece of that ball was going to get hit by Prime. And when that didn't happen, net vulnerable for Scrubkilla, and Dignitas take the lead.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? Because how many times has Williams Resolve's third man got caught out because they were optimistically positioned for a challenge win before that play actually developed? You know, at some point, you know, taking that risk, you absolutely afford that risk sometimes. But when you haven't won that type of position over and over and you just keep losing the challenge, eventually you just got to be a little more relaxed as third man, right? How many times does ball have to sail over your head before you make that adjustment? Sizen moves back around. Hang on a second. Flips underneath. Sizen puts this team on his back to get Williams Resolve with a tie game.
And you love that. Jorius actually gets bumped. That opens up space for Sizen, and Scrubkilla jumps early. And as soon as Scrubkilla jumps, you see Sizen let that ball roll off his hood, goes low. Even if Scrub gets a piece of that, Sizen's going to be able to 50-50 that through. So well played by Sizen, keeping his cool, and Williams Resolve in this game. That was only the second goal that they've scored. Flip reset, and the pinch will go wide. But Sizen is starting to pick up the pace. Even that play, hitting the flip reset, forcing the save out. That is good for Williams Resolve. But Dignitas, you look at the score sheet, it seems like they're getting paid per goal, outscoring Williams Resolve 12-2 at this point.
Yeah, I guess whoever's the payout on that's probably going to be running out of money soon if they keep it up. But Williams Resolve trying to keep some money in the bank and keeping Dignitas out of their own half. Sizen can keep delivering like he has while he's looked shaky mechanically up until this point. If he reestablishes that confidence, could mean everything for Williams Resolve, but they have to stop Dig here. Diving in front is Sizen again. Prime coming up. He sees Radosin on the far side, but he's cut off by Jack. Dignitas still with control in the final minute. Forces the 50. Scrub playing it wide, and Jory is also playing close. That touch gets away from him, but Radosin gives him leeway to push that ball forward. Sizen gets the clear, but Dignitas continue this push, testing Williams Resolve. All right, we're going to bomb it over here. Okay, this time we're going to control. Here's Joyous with control. 2 touches in front for Scrubkilla. Sizen dives down. Here's Jack. Really tight rotation for Dignitas, and Williams Resolve just cannot break out there no matter how many times they try to throw their cars in front of that ball.
Yeah, that was a 6-car pileup over in front of Williams Resolve's net.
Oh. Another big win for Sizen, though. Launches it high. He knows he's got a breakout, but the rest of Williams Resolve, we're still playing catch-up. Scrub wins this next 50. Radosin kills it, and a big pinch for Dignitas puts them back in full retreat. Sizen misses the ball. Jack is just given all the space for Jorius. Shots denied. Sizen gets there quickly, and we go to overtime.
And this really does feel like it's now or never for Williams Resolve. They've had such a better game. They got blown out in the first 2 games. This one, Sizen has played brilliantly. The 1 goal coming from his low challenge. And now, overtime. 1 goal, gonna crown a winner. Pre-flip shot. Prime tips it high and gets it out to the corner.
Oh, Prime's been a lot better in game 3 as well. He's been tasked as third man in front of the net 4 different times, and he's made the save every single time. Apparently Jack throws it downfield, though. Now Prime's caught out. Jack racing. He's got the speed, and he can't get the shot on target. Here's another one off the crossbar. No follow-up's going to come. Radosin gets the clear. Williams Resolve survived for now. Sizen's found it. Scrubkilla's up. He's got the save.
And Jorius had a look on net, putting it just high. Now a chance to end it. Sizen. The shot blocked, and Scrubkilla back-to-back pinch plays. Pre-flip pass, and somehow Radosin was able to stay on that ball. I thought that extra touch would have thrown him off.
Ooh, Prime trying to keep that one away from apparently Jack. Apparently Jack content to wait with 96 in the tank. Let Scrub get the first challenge. He's got the next. Now against Sizen, he ends up winning, expending the rest in the tank. Williams Resolve, much better on defense. That has to continue. Dignitas will not let their foot off the gas. Jorius, another catch, avoids one defender. Prime bites. Jorius, here he comes. He's out of boost, and Radosa gets the save. Jack's next up. He's got 70. First catch, Prime is up immediately to challenge it. As long as Williams Resolve have the boost in the tank, they're going to be able to get to these challenges in the blue half and keep Dignitas from styling on them and maybe even getting a game win out of it. Here they come again.
Double.
Prime, he's got the chance. Lines it up underneath. Can't get it on target. Prime still with control. He's got the boost. He gets bumped out of the way, and coming in is Jorius to clear the ball outside the corner. Williams Resolve let Dignitas through. Another big chance for Williams Resolve. Cannot convert.
Oh, back pass opportunity, but Jorius ends up popping it high, opting to go for time. Williams Resolve threatening in those final moments. A light touch. Sizen will be able to get that out to the corner. Now Redosin up against Scrubkilla. Apparently Jack. And man, that was a close call. You saw the double commit between Jorius and Scrubkilla almost being fatal for Dignitas.
Oh, that's dangerous. No way! Scrubkilla wins a close 50, and it might as well not have been a 50. He hit that one cleanly for the game win for Dignitas.
Oh, the lovely adjustment from Scrubkilla. You see him recognize that he needs to hit this with the side of his car to keep it low and also to get the power on target. Scrubkilla has been playing wonderfully today. Even that pass over to apparently Jack, which set up the rebound for him to even take that shot. But Scrubkilla also, think back to that insane play he had off the wall, the flip reset goal. What a day Scrubkilla has been having for Dignitas. This one much closer than the first two games, but when push comes to shove, it's still Dignitas that's pushing Williams Resolve down the stairs, and you see him call a timeout, but where have they gone? What's happening here?
I hate the three-game timeout call when you're down 0-3. It's not worked one time this season. Also, where did they go? I mean, you got to get up, take a break, take a deep breath. You know, this game is 95% mental. And like we saw Williams Resolve on defense, James, they started to figure it out. They started getting in front of these challenges, not giving Dignitas free space to work with, and they weren't double committing as often. They were a little more patient, and that allowed them to break out a lot more often. I think the tools are there for Williams Resolve to fight back into this. I do think this timeout should have been a little bit earlier, but I do think that the pieces are there.
Oh, certainly. You can't really deny it. This game going into overtime, you saw the wonderful play from Sizen on the dribble, even the bump before Sizen got possession to give him the space to make that play. And then even the looks on net that they had, there was a couple moments, you even saw that double commit from Scrubkilla and Jorius that left Dignitas open. And so, yes, we know that Williams Resolve has all the tools in their toolkit to take down a team like Dignitas, but Dignitas has just been, they've just been next level for a majority of the games in this series.
This is what you expect from Dignitas, right? The expected result should be a Dignitas win based on the strength of the roster. And I think they're showing their potential to be a dominant team, because to me, it's telling when you're consistently beating teams like Williams Resolve, and it's also why you routinely lose to teams like Queso, is because Europe is such a tough region to be consistent in. And so if you can post win after win like this against all of the field of Europe, it's a great sign for, you know, how you're performing as a team. If you're winning a lot, you're doing good. It sounds like a stupid statement.
It's tough to argue with that logic, Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You know what I mean? The parity in Europe is,
though.
Yeah, no, I feel it's just the parity in Europe is so good. And Jack almost owned goal. So good. Rodolfson gets the first goal and the first lead for Williams Resolve.
And rocking that Batmobile. So a card change coming out. And you see Appjack doing his best to get that ball to the corner, but that wasn't in the cards for him. 8 seconds in and a goal from Williams Resolve. They have a long journey ahead of them, but that is the right step forward.
Get that timeout, get a quick goal. It'll do wonders for the mental. Rodolfson back downfield. Sizen redirect a little high, and Jorius was ready for it.
Uh-oh.
Again, Scrub Killer, and he landed on top of the boost too. Pops this up, grandpa here. Jorius, and how do you defend this, man? You cannot. Jorius and Scrub combined powers to score.
So Scrub does the defense at the midfield, gets the boost, flips in perfectly to land and be able to dribble. Then gets a nice little air dribble touch to Jorius, who's in the air. What? This Dignitas team have leveled up. It's like watching someone go Super Saiyan in front of your very eyes.
It's crazy. And he was Scrub putting himself on the close side of that ball towards the net, so it would be harder to challenge. I mean, everything just goes right for him on that play. Jack underneath. That's a light musty. That's a light touch and a big
Rebound.
save, but Scrub's right there for the rebound, and he missed it. Too committed because they thought Scrub was going to shoot that ball, and now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Sison's got no boost. Jack completely misses the read, and Jorius can get in there quick. A chaotic sequence of events somehow come away with Jack almost scoring.
I mean, Scrub was trying to be perfect there. I mean, it's just so funny how you see these players hit these crazy plays. You know, margin of error almost non-existent. And that's the shot where Scrub fails to make contact. But, you know, it happens. It happens. Just, you know, no matter what level you're at, you can feel confident in that.
Great. You could just claim that you were faking, and, you know, about 70% of people will believe you. How good Scrub's been. Apparently, Jack going to push it up, and Sison Prime going to work their way back downfield. While Williams Resolve did keep things a little cleaner on defense, much more needs to be done about their offense. Not been able to put together consistent possessions against Dignitas, and it's been a lot of this still. A lot of jumping over attempted demos, low boost challenges, ball put right back in the net. Okay, rotate. We can't move by midfield. Even when Prime gets this clear, well, there's Jorius. He's still got control.
And that's a nice spread from Dignitas as well. You saw apparently Jack waiting for that pass. Scrub Killer hanging so far back that he'll be able to deal with anything.
Ooh, a chance for Radosin. He's got the shot, but Jorius right there off the wall to pick up the save. Scrub keeping that ball close. Prime on top of him. Oh, bumped. Jack can't get back to it, but you saw Radosin not even in the play. Couldn't keep it going. Now Sison already downfield. He's got one touch. Forces Jack to make the defense. And, well, easy clear for Jack as Radosin tries again, but I like Williams Resolve testing the positioning of Dignitas on defense.
I mean, you even for the test there, if apparently Jack doesn't have boost to get to that ball, it was a high hit off the backboard, and Sison had the read on that bounce. So just gambling, hoping, and also forcing the boost out of Dignitas. And it is a boost battle at the macro level. You do want to wear down your opponent as much as possible, make defense harder and harder as time goes on, and you keep possession. And now that shot going to be blocked.
I do think that favors Williams Resolve. You have to win at the boost game, and you have to make this dirty. You have to make the challenges happen, right? I don't think you're going to be able to outplay Dignitas with this Williams Resolve roster, but you can certainly make it gritty. You can make every meter difficult for Dignitas to earn. That's been a difficult bout, though, for Williams Resolve. They've been getting these clears consistently. Protecting the boost is another story. That's been difficult, but they've been able to get to the orange half. Now the next step, try to get this game-leading goal. Another challenge in front of the box goes to the wayside.
I mean, even still, if you're winning that boost battle, you saw what apparently Jack could do with 7.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't seem to matter sometimes, does it? And even Scrub Killer, who's like one of the best players. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the world playing with low boost and not ever taking himself out of the rotation. And I know people love to pick on Scrub Killer and say, oh, yeah, you know, he's a terrible third man for Dignitas. He cost him so many games. I just think his glaring mistakes, you know, look at that. Scrub Killer just does it himself, puts in the game-leading goal for Dignitas. 2-1.
And I'm Scrub Killer. He's like an attack dog. You saw he was on top of both of those touches from Williams Resolve. The first, the miss hit from Radisson, and then the block over the final defender. That was brutal. Scrub Killer doing it all himself.
Jack spending the tank to get back to that ball. I'm going to make Radosin and Prime wait to get this clear. Prime finally gets the flick past 1. And Jorius just traps that ball. And look, it freezes Radosin. Now he has to respond to Jack. Just one touch from Jorius takes away control from Williams Resolve, and now their whole rotation is broken down. Sizen, last chance, maybe 2 more. Here he goes, slows it down, forces the 50. Rodolson dove in front, and no shot's gonna come. They're sending the house, but it's tumbling down. Rodolson picks up another one. Jack's already on the wall. Sizen forcing the issue. Prime in front. Got another 50, but Jorius flipping back. Can Rodolson get to that ball? They have to keep it in the air. Wrong way for Williams Resolve. It looks like it just might not be over. Here's Prime. He got the flip underneath. Here comes Prime again. Straight down. That's gonna do it. Dignitas sweep.
Again, they swept Carmine Corp, and now they sweep Williams Resolve.